My name is Uriah Bell, and I am here from Boston by way of Detroit. I'll give a little background of myself. Besides that, I am a poet and a writer and a publisher. I am here to promote my second collection of poetry called Epiphany Poems in the Key of Love. The book itself is broken into 3 keys. The first key is about love between you and that special someone, and all the drama that goes along with it. And the second key is kind of that communal love between you and family, you and the community, you and the church, especially the Black church. And then the third key is about love between you and self and self-love. And for me, that was the epiphany. I'm 30, almost 2 years old, and I have had a few failed relationships, and
I think
we all have. But I took some time to, I think we were talking earlier, someone and I, to date myself and to figure out what was going on within me, because I was clearly the common denominator in all of those failed relationships. So, and I had some things to work out within me before I could give myself to someone and expect them to be okay with that, because I wasn't okay with myself. So, I'm going to read a couple pieces or a few pieces from the book, but I attended the Fire and Ink Writers Conference in 2008 in Austin, and I had gone to the conference with book proposals, and somebody was going to pick me up, and I just wanted to be a part of some major publishing house, probably for more of an ego advantage type thing. But I met Ladybug there, and I met Dwayne there, and some amazing people. But what I walked away from the conference with was I've got the passion to write. My background is in finance. I've been a business development manager for the Discovery Channel, Gucci, and Staples, for some large global organizations. So I've got the head for business, and I decided to start my own publishing house for LGBTQ writers of color in 2009. And so this is my first book, second book, first one under my press. So, I'm going to read a piece from each key, and I hope that you will humor me. The first one is called That Groove. You ever experience a groove so sweet you just had to write a poem about it? I'm talking about that extreme heat dehydrate you kind of love. You know, that fall asleep in place, I'm sweaty but I like it so much I can't shower kind of love. That my legs are cramped, I can't go on but I must kind of love. That love so intense, it's a competition of who's going to please who the best kind of love. That let's be acrobatic and use all the space in the house, Cirque du Soleil kind of love. I can't keep quiet, although I know the kids are in the next room kind of love. That I'm stuck between fantasy and reality, fact and fiction kind of love. That colorfully abstract, unspoken dialogue, fat and skinny, thick and thin, smooth and shiny, inhale, exhale, sweet and sour, hip-hop and country, top and bottom, pain and pleasure, make you want to smoke a joint and play with your crayons at the same time, kind of love. All I'm saying is, damn. This next one is called Blackface, and I grew up in a biracial family, and my grandmother is a 5'2" Irish and German, white as snow woman, and she's my heart. But with that, I was never taught to see in color or in race. And growing up in Detroit, it was predominantly black. But when I moved to Massachusetts, it was quite the contrary. So many of the pieces that deal with race and whatnot stem from me, like being in the grocery store or the mall, trying not to go off and go to jail. But This one is called Blackface. Standing alone or in a crowd, do not confuse this blackface with misfortune or miseducation. This blackface, whether alone or amongst the masses, is the majority, the odds overcomer. This blackface belongs to your future and my past, decorated with laugh lines, finding humor in your naivety, kissed by the sun, protected by the elements, even your cruel words and vicious past. This blackface is passion and pride, God's face, humble. It's been hanged and beaten, pistol whipped and hosed, fucked by circumstance, buried, resurrected, and then carried into tomorrow. This blackface, butter soft Teflon, was here first, and will be here when you're gone. Imitate it, laugh at it, snicker and snarl. Tan yours to be like mine. Y'all wish I could be this fine. This God-given SPF does not come in a can. It is mine naturally, and what you try to be, I be.